It's time for Friday Night Flights, sponsored by Casey Auto Group, Subway, Flipper McCoy's, and Town Bank.
A nasty night, but high school football can get nasty in Hampton Roads, especially when we get within 2 weeks from the playoffs. I'm Bruce Rader. Welcome to Friday Night Flights as we are now down to the final 2 weeks of the regular season, if you can believe that. Cox High School in Virginia Beach, one of the top teams in the area, led by Virginia Tech commit Tavion Robinson. But Robinson hurt early in the second half. He misses the rest of the game after that. How big a loss was that for Cox? Cox leading 16-10. Backup quarterback Kendall Spriggins taking over for Tavion. To Leno Lester for the score. Cox goes for two. It doesn't work, but Cox still leads 22-10. But can Salem take advantage? Oh, yeah. Kalen Black, back from a knee injury, gets a wide open lane. 15 yards for the touchdown to make it a one-score game. So now we go to the fourth quarter. Salem with the direct snap to Kalen Black, who coughs it up. Bodies fly on top of the ball. And at the bottom of the pile, it's the Falcons from Cox who recover. But here's where Cox misses Robinson the most. Back-to-back snaps. The ball gets away. So Cox has to punt it right back to Salem, giving Kalen Black the chance to become the hero. Right into your living room. 2 key touchdowns for Kalen Black. Salem upsets Cox 24-22 on a rainy night in Virginia Beach. Also at the beach tonight, and give them credit for playing tonight, Tallwood hosting Landstown. These squads trying to position themselves in the Class 6A region. Tallwood in purple. We love to watch running back Gunnar White. He goes 45 yards for the first score of the game. Hey, Gunnar White, you can't tackle this guy. Here he is, another tough 20-yard run inside the 10. Now, off the bat snap, quarterback Kamari Reynolds picks up the loose ball and takes it in for the touchdown. But wait, Landstown would come back. Christopher Price hits an open Luminasket, who takes it the rest of the way for the touchdown. And then Price would come back with a game-winning touchdown, and Landstown would beat Tallwood 25-21. A big win for them, looking ahead to the playoffs. Kella trying to hang on to the 8th seed in the Class 6A region. The Knights hosting Bayside, which should be playoff bound. After last week's win over Salem, but the Marlins put them to the test. Cameron LeBourne gets the handoff, spins off the defender on his way to the house. That would give Bayside the early lead. Now the rain would make things interesting tonight, as Bayside once again would have the ball and would try and move downfield. This time it's Nazquez Saunders with the carry, but it pops out and Kellum takes over. But the Knights couldn't capitalize on offense, and Bayside's defense allowed close to nothing through the air or on the ground. Fourth down, Marlins stop the Knights short. Bayside now with it just before halftime. Tajay Pollen heaves it deep. Malik Johnson gets the touchdown, and Bayside wins 30-8. First Colonial trying to make it 2 wins in a row. The Patriots hosting 1-7 Green Run. We're going to pick it up in the third quarter. Patriots up 3-0. First Colonial running back Sam Adams gets the handoff. He goes 26 yards for the first touchdown of the game. And then still in the third quarter, Patriots quarterback Jalen Goodwin calls his own number. He scores on an 11-yard touchdown. First Colonial up 17-0, and they weren't done. Running back Aeneas Riddick gets his first score of the night on that 3-yard touchdown run. The Patriots defense played big all game. Quarterback Xavier Miles Kemp picked off by John Siegel. First Colonial goes on to pitch the shutout. 24-0, the final tonight. Now, after an emotional win against Oscar Smith last Saturday, and with only 5 days to prepare, unbeaten Indian River with an easy 49-0 win over Grassfield. Indian River controlling this game from the get-go. Carmelo Sweat takes it in from 11 yards out. They score on the ground and in the air. Dominic Brooks, what a year this young man is having. Indian River's outstanding quarterback hits Lameron James, and James does the rest. 24 yards to the house. And Dominic Brooks, he wasn't done. The pump fake and then the bomb to Deshaun Cromell. 41 yards for the touchdown. Brooks, 9 of 11 for 205 yards and 3 touchdowns. Indian River wins it over Grassfield 49-0. If the Braves win next week against Western Branch, they'll clinch their first Southeastern District title in 22 years. But remember, Indian River is a Division 5 team and has a good chance to win a state championship in that division. But Oscar Smith is one of the top teams in the state in Division 6. They could very well win a state championship as well. Tonight, Oscar Smith takes on Western Branch, and Nathan Epstein was there with the game of the week.
Well, you can imagine all the slipping and sliding going on at this game tonight with conditions like these. Puddles all over the place. It's wet. It's cold. It's still raining a little bit. This place usually packed, especially for a game against their rivals from Oscar Smith. But all there was tonight, a group of spirited students, and I'm sure a little cold, hoping to cheer their Bruins on to their first win of the season. Oscar Smith and White wasting no time. First drive of the game, Horace Sawyer into the end zone. He actually played for Western Branch his freshman year, scores against his former team. Now on the sideline tonight, that's All-American defensive back Cameron Kelly. Got injured last week against Indian River, could be out for a few more weeks. So in at quarterback, Briquan Harrell, also a former Bruin, and he's into the end zone to make it 17-0 Oscar Smith. Hey, what good is a rain day if you can't mess around in the puddles? Why not? Back to the game, and Oscar Smith back to work. There goes Joseph Bray, a cut up the middle. Forget about it. He's gone to make it 31-0 Tigers. Oscar Smith rolling. It's been a rough season for Western Branch, and it gets worse tonight. Josh Lee is picked off by Ricky Walker, and he's going end to end all the way for a pick six, and Oscar Smith back on track. They take the win 38-0 over Western Branch. In Chesapeake, Nathan Epstein for Friday Night Flights.
Thanks, Nathan. The finish of the week took place in Suffolk. Kingsport hosting Deep Creek. Kingsport getting the early play on defense. Kahari Rogers with the interception. Then the Bulldogs getting it done on offense. Brom Riddick rolls out, finds Bobby Boone Jr. for the touchdown. Deep Creek would then answer right back. Jaquan Sparrow, the short touchdown run. Late fourth quarter, Kingsport led 10-9. Bulldogs trying to run out the clock. The Deep Creek defense, though, forces the turnover. So, with time running out, Deep Creek with a chance to win the game. And who would they go to? Their kicker, Caden Dellinger. He kicks the game-winning field goal. Deep Creek with the come from behind. 12-10 win over Kingsport. Behind the leg of Caden Dellinger. What a kick. And still to come on Friday Night Flights, Bishop Sullivan held its homecoming last night. The Crusaders game came down to the wire. I'll show you what happened next. And Lake Taylor is one of the top teams in Region 4. The Titans proved it again after their game against Churchland and a rivalry game between Jamestown and War Hill. That's next on Friday Night Flights. The Marching Patriots of First Colonial High School, under the direction of Luke Walker, they are the Friday Night Flights Band of the Week, and you can see their entire performance on wavy.com and our Friday Night Flights webpage. Bishop Sullivan was supposed to play their homecoming tonight, but because of the rain, school officials decided to play the Crusaders game against Life Christian Academy last night, and even before the kickoff, emotions a little high between these two teams, and it was the Bishop Sullivan Crusaders who made the early statement. Opening drive, Quentin Gregory takes the inside handoff from Colt Minson on his way to a 58-yard run. Now, Life Christian would keep the game close, but the Crusaders would answer with a touchdown run around the corner again, and another score for Gregory. But with the game on the line and time running out for Life Christian, facing 4th and 26, their offense would connect on this pass down the field, but Jaron Christopher comes up with a big stop, and Bishop Sullivan with the win, 29-28 over Christian Academy. In Portsmouth, the Churchland Truckers taking on another great Lake Taylor team this year, and all eyes were on Lake Taylor quarterback Jeff Foster, who hits Javon Harvey for the touchdown. And of course, the Titans defense, always tough. Corey Holloway hits Kasheed Watson, causing the fumble. Raphael Bird picks up the loose ball, takes it down inside the 10. That would lead to another Lake Taylor touchdown next possession. Jeff Foster calls his own number. He gets, look at this, 60 yards down the sidelines for the score. The Titans once again looking like a state title contender. They win 65-20. Several Bay Rivers District games were postponed, including Smithfield's game against Grafton, which will be played tomorrow at noon. However, War Hill's game against Jamestown was not postponed. These two rivals decided to play through the rain. War Hill looking to receive a first-round bye in the Region 4A playoffs. The Lions 5-3. Coming into tonight's game, War Hill wearing black. Doug McGee gets the handoff. He's off. He's dodging the Eagles defense, which almost takes him down, but he slips by and runs it down the sidelines for the touchdown. War Hill goes up 14-0. Lions again with the ball, this time to the big man Tron Fletcher, taking it right up the middle before it takes not one, not two, but 7 Eagles to bring him down. Armand Fanning cuts through the defense. He's gone, scoring yet another touchdown for War Hill as they coast to a 35-7 win. So one more final score from tonight. Franklin defeated Windsor 35-7. So here we go. Next week, the last week of the high school football regular season, the top 8 teams in each division qualify for the postseason. College football tomorrow. Homecoming at Old Dominion. The Monarchs host Middle Tennessee. It's homecoming at Hampton University. The Pirates hosting Lynchburg. UVA plays North Carolina. Norfolk State is at Savannah State. William & Mary travels to Rhode Island. And we leave you tonight with the Marching Patriots of First Colonial High School. The Friday Night Flights Band of the Week.